Potato chips form a large part of the snack food and convenience food market in Western countries. The global potato chip market generated total revenue of 16.49 billion United States dollars in 2005. This accounted for 35.5% of the total savory snacks market in that year, $46.1 billion. The earliest known recipe for something similar to today's potato chips is in William Kitchener's book The Cook's Oracle, published in 1817, which was a bestseller in the United Kingdom and the United States. The 1822 edition's recipe for potatoes fried in slices or shavings reads: peel large potatoes, cut them in shavings round and round, as you would peel a lemon, dry them well in a clean cloth, and fry them in lard or dripping. An 1825 British book about French cookery calls them pomme de terre frites, second recipe, and calls for thin slices of potato fried in clarified butter or goose dripping, drained and sprinkled with salt. Early recipes for potato chips in the U.S. are found in Mary Randolph's Virginia Housewife, 1824, and in N.K.M. Lee's Cook's Own Book, 1832, both of which explicitly cite Kitchener. A legend associates the creation of potato chips with Saratoga Springs, New York, decades later than the first recorded recipe. By the late 19th century, a popular version of the story attributed the dish to George Crumb, a cook at Moon's Lake House who was trying to appease an unhappy customer on August 24, 1853. The customer kept sending back his French fried potatoes, complaining that they were too thick, too soggy, or not salted enough. Frustrated, Crumb sliced several potatoes extremely thin, fried them to a crisp, and seasoned them with extra salt. To his surprise, the customer loved them. They soon came to be called Saratoga chips, a name that persisted into the mid-20th century. A version of this story was popularized in a 1973 national advertising campaign by St. Regis Paper Company, which manufactured packaging for chips, claiming that Crumb's customer was Cornelius Vanderbilt. Crumb was already renowned as a chef at the time, and he owned a lakeside restaurant by 1860 which he called Crumb's House. The Saratoga chips brand name still exists today. A potato chip, American English, often just chip, or crisp, British and Irish English, is a thin slice of potato that has been either deep fried, baked, or air fried until crunchy. They are commonly served as a snack, side dish, or appetizer. The basic chips are cooked and salted. Additional varieties are manufactured using various flavorings and ingredients including herbs, spices, cheeses, other natural flavors, artificial flavors, and additives. Most potato chips contain high levels of sodium from salt. This has been linked to health issues such as high blood pressure. However, researchers at Queen Mary University of London in 2004 have noted that a small bag of ready salted crisps contains less salt than a serving of many breakfast cereals, including every brand of cornflakes on sale in the UK. Some potato chip companies have responded to the long-standing concerns by investing in research and development to modify existing recipes and create health-conscious products. PepsiCo research shows that about 80% of salt on chips is not sensed by the tongue before being swallowed. Frito-Lay spent $414 million in 2009 on product development, including development of salt crystals that would reduce the salt content of Lay's potato chips without adversely affecting flavor. Unsalted chips are available, e.g. the long-standing British brand Salt and Shake, whose chips are not seasoned, but instead include a small salt sachet in the bag for seasoning to taste. Many other popular brands in the United States, such as Frito-Lay, also offer such a product. One health scare related to potato chips focused on acrylamide, which is produced when potatoes are fried or baked at high temperatures. This discovery in 2002 led to international health concerns. Subsequent research has however found that it is not likely that the acrylamides in burnt or well-cooked food cause cancer in humans. Cancer Research UK categorizes the idea that burnt food causes cancer as a myth. In August 2008, California Attorney General Jerry Brown announced a settlement with Frito-Lay, Kettle Foods, and Lance Inc., the makers of Cape Cod potato chips, for violating the state's Safe Drinking Water and Toxic Enforcement Act. The state had alleged in 2005 that potato chips from these companies failed to document that they contained high levels of acrylamide, which is listed by California since the 1990s as a carcinogen. These companies paid fines and agreed to reduce acrylamide levels to be under 275 parts per billion. Many potato chip manufacturers attempt to remove burned and thus potentially acrylamide-rich chips before the packaging process. Large scanners are used to eliminate chips worst affected by heat. Another type of potato chip, notably the Pringles and Lay's Stax brands, is made by extruding or pressing a dough made from dehydrated potato flour into the desired shape before frying. This makes chips that are uniform in size and shape, which allows them to be stacked and packaged in rigid cardboard or plastic canisters. Pringles are officially branded as Potato Crisps in the US. Pringles may be termed potato chips in Britain to distinguish them from traditional crisps. Munchos, another brand that uses the term potato crisps, has deep air pockets in its chips that give it a curved shape, though the chips themselves resemble regular bagged chips. An additional variant of potato chips exists in the form of potato sticks, also called shoestring potatoes. These are made as extremely thin, 2 to 3 mm versions of the popular French fry but are fried in the manner of regular salted potato chips. A hickory smoke flavored version is popular in Canada, going by the vending machine name, Hickory Sticks. Potato sticks are typically packaged in rigid containers, although some manufacturers use flexible pouches, similar to potato chip bags. Potato sticks were originally packed in hermetically sealed steel cans. In the 1960s, manufacturers switched to the less expensive composite canister, similar to the Pringles container. Reckitt Benckiser was a market leader in this category under the Durkee potato sticks and French's potato sticks names but exited the business in 2008. In 2014, French's re-entered the market. A larger variant, about 1 centimeter thick, made with dehydrated potatoes is marketed as Andy Capp's Pub Fries, using the theme of a long-running British comic strip, which are baked and sold in a variety of flavors. Walkers make a similar product, using the Smith's brand, called Chipsticks, which are sold in ready salted and salt and vinegar flavors. Some companies have also marketed baked potato chips as an alternative with lower fat content. Additionally, some varieties of fat-free chips have been made using artificial, and indigestible, fat substitutes. These became well known in the media when an ingredient many contained, olestra, was linked in some individuals to abdominal discomfort and loose stools. Many other products might be called crisps in Britain, but would not be classed as potato chips, because they are not made with potato or are not chipped, for example, Wotsits, Quavers, Skips, Hula Hoops, and Monster Munch. Sweet potato chips are eaten in Korea, New Zealand, and Japan. Parsnip, beetroot, and carrot crisps are available in the United Kingdom. India is famous for a large number of localized chips shops, selling not only potato chips, but also other varieties such as plantain chips, tapioca chips, yam chips, and even carrot chips. Plantain chips, also known as chiffles or tostones, are also sold in the Western Hemisphere from Canada to Chile. In the Philippines, banana chips can be found sold at local stores. In Kenya, chips are made from arrowroot and cassava. In the United Kingdom, Sweden, Finland, and Australia, a new variety of Pringles made from rice has been released and marketed as lower in fat than its potato counterparts.